Hey, this is Mr. Woolley, and I welcome you to week 2 lessons. We'll start off with lesson C today, and for lesson C, we'll be dealing with some circles and information dealing with circles. And I know some of you guys have dealt with this already this year, some of you have not seen that, but we're going to give everybody a chance to go ahead and see this, and we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, so by the title here, you see on lesson C, we got radius, diameter, circumference, and area of circles. Those are the 4 of the areas that we'll try to hit. Now, a radius is a line from a center point of a circle to any outside edge. The diameter is a line that passes all the way across a circle and through the center point. And then you'll start to need either the radius or diameter for the next couple things here. The circumference is the distance around a circle. It's like the perimeter of a circle, but since there's no straight lines, it's called the circumference. Pi is a special ratio, and it's the word pi, or the symbol pi. And what it is the ratio of a circle's circumference to its diameter, usually represented with the number 3.14. Those of you in class, you know, we'd sometimes use just the symbol pi or that 22/7, but for today's stuff and the IXL you'll be just be using 3.14. Now, to find the circumference of a circle, you need to take the circle's diameter, then multiply it by 3.14. If you want to find the area of a circle, how much space is taken up on the inside of the circle, you take pi times radius times radius. Now, let's take a look at one reminder here, I guess you could think of. The radius is going to be half the diameter, and the diameter is always going to be twice the radius. So our first couple examples that you see here kind of explains that. And number 1, this is the radius. From the center point to an outside edge, the radius is 4. So the diameter, which would make it all the way across, would be 8. You just have to double it. And the opposite of that is when they give you the diameter. So like in this problem, the diameter is 10 meters. So then half of that would make the radius be 5. All right, so there's your radius and diameter information for you. Now, how do you find circumference? So if we're provided with a picture of a circle here. It's got a 2-foot diameter all the way straight through the middle. You take the diameter, which is 2, and times it by 3.14. So 2 times 3.14 gives you 6.28, and you're done. Sometimes they give you just the radius. Well, that circumference formula we have to use, we need to take the diameter times pi. So since the radius is 2, you need to double that and make it 4. Now you have the diameter going all the way across. Take 4 times 3.14 and it gives you 12.56. Now sometimes they actually give you the circumference, then you have to work a little backwards to find the diameter. Alright, so we can use some of our algebra skills here on this problem. So in this particular problem, they gave the circumference of 6.28 centimeters all the way around the circle. We got to find that diameter, the missing diameter. Well, we would take circumference equals diameter times pi, our circumference formula, and I put the numbers in where I can place them. I know the circumference is going to be 6.28. I don't know the diameter, but I do know I'm supposed to times it by 3.14, according to the formula. So if I want to get the diameter all by itself, I do the opposite of multiplying by 3.14. So I divide by 3.14, which will cancel that out. And 6.28 divided by 3.14 leaves me with 2 for my diameter. Similar type of setup when you have to look and find the radius. If they give you the circumference, you can do kind of what we did on the last problem. The circumference here is 25.12 millimeters, and you're trying to find out what the radius is. We'll still follow your same formula. Circumference equals diameter times pi. If the circumference is 25.12, I'm going to put it where the circumference goes. D, I'm just going to leave as diameter, and then I'm supposed to times by 3.14 still. Well, just like last problem, I'll divide each side by 3.14 to get the D by itself for diameter. And the diameter is 8. Well, that doesn't really help us for this problem just yet because they're looking for the radius, if you remember from right up top. Well, if the diameter is 8, then the radius is going to be 4. Because the diameter is all the way across the circle, and the radius is only halfway across the circle. So half of 8 is going to be 4. Now, how do you find the area of a circle? We have the other formula that we had at the top of the page here. To find the area, we need to take pi times radius times radius. Now in this example, they gave us the radius. It's 3 yards across from the center to the outside edge. So all I have to do to find the area of the circle is take 3.14, which I'll substitute in for pi, times 3, I get 28.26 square yards. And then here on this problem, they're asking for the area of the circle again, but they gave me the diameter. Well, I don't really want the diameter. So remember, if 8's the diameter, the radius is going to have to be 4, half of that. So then at that point, I can use that formula to find the area of a circle, take 3.14 times 4 times 4, and you get 50.24. All right? Now, I do have some examples ready for you on the next page. Remember, you can solve these and practice them, and the answers will be at the end. So you can pause your video when necessary to help you write down the problem and solve it. All right, so on problem 1, you have a image here. You have a radius of 5, so you need to find the diameter. On number 2, you have a diameter of 22 inches. You want to find out what the radius is. On number 3, they give you a diameter of 6, so you want to find the circumference. So if you want to look back at the start of the video to write down those circumference formulas, it's circumference equals diameter times pi, but you can look back and see the examples from the previous page also. On number 4, you want to find the circumference when you're given a radius of 3 feet. On number 5, they give you the circumference, they want you to try to find the diameter. On number 6, once again, they give you the circumference, but now you got to find the radius. Remember, try to find the diameter first, then you can go with the radius. On number 7, you want to find the area of this particular circle. And number 8, find the area of this particular circle. And then your answers are here in the bottom. Number 1 is 10, number 2 is 11, number 3 is 18.84, number 4 is 18.84, number 5 is 15, number 6 is 12, number 7 is 803.84, and number 8, 907.46. So good luck if you want to practice those. Otherwise, you can head on to your IXL. This will be from Lesson C, the first week of Lesson 2, and it's AA5 and AA6. Remember, the AAs are right after the Zs. Thank you, and have a good time working on these.